welcome back to Kelly Plans It All. I'm Kelly, and we are going to do a plan with me this week. So for 2020, I have moved into a new planner, and that is actually a KITLIFE Weekly. My weekly is in the Michelle pattern or cover design. And so this week, this is for the week of January 13th through the 19th, I am using the very last Design Pandemonium Sticker Joy monthly subscription kit. They have got a new vision for 2020 for their shop, so they're moving away from the subscription kit, but this is the last one. So we're going to lay some of this down. I did, when I was working ahead of my planner, get a couple of things already laid down, so I wanted to show you that first. These are the washi strips. There's like a thin one and a thicker one that come with their sticker kits. Both their new kits that are on the site currently at designpandemonium.com, but also in the old style. They usually had some sort of little like dashboard or insert that was included. So that was this month's dashboard. I'm going to stick that aside because I don't need it for plannering. But you can see there's also washi strips embedded in the sides of each sheet. So if you don't like the default washi strips, see here, that's where they were laying. If you don't like those, you can swap them out for some of these. So you've got lots of options. I also did go ahead and put my countdowns on here, which is actually why I wanted to put the washi strips down, so that I had a place to put the washi. I did want to show kind of how I'm using this a little bit. So let me flip to a page that's blank. I started working on my Broadway Con week, so it's not blank. So let me flip to the last week of the month. So here, you can see the bottom of the page has a weekly gratitude and like a wellness box, a quote, and like a little self-care indicator. So the reason I'm covering that with washi is because I also use the KITLIFE daily planner, and there are daily spots for each one of those. So I don't want to or feel the need to indicate that on my weekly spread as well. If you are only using the weekly planner, then maybe you wouldn't want to cover this up with washi so that you could utilize that space. But if you do have another planner where you're already marking wellness, gratitude, and self-care, then you can decorate over that. That's what I prefer to do because I like kind of how it pulls the whole page together visually to have that decorative detail on the bottom. So that's just my preference. The other thing that I do, if you look here, there are time slots at the bottom. I don't use those for time slots, and depending on how I've laid my stickers, sometimes I use like whiteout, and this is just a whiteout I got at Daiso that looks like a penguin. And so sometimes I cover that up so that it doesn't show between my stickers, because the stickers will cover it up. But if you're a planner like me, I'm not a no white space planner. I do like to leave some gaps of white in between my stickers. And so depending on how bad the numbers bother me, sometimes I do white that out. The other thing I have already put on here is a habit tracker sticker from KITLIFE. So let me actually come a little closer so you can see that. So that is literally just a place to write a number of habits and then to check them off throughout the week. It is a full sidebar length sticker. So it goes all the way down to where that self-care indicator is. Because this isn't washi that you cut off a roll, it does not go all the way to the edge. It kind of is made to fit like the bottom of an Erin Condren planner, it fits the bottom of all of these columns, but then you've got this little chunk right here. So I think what I'm probably going to do, I haven't decided which one yet, is take one of these quote boxes, these little guys here, and fit it here. I may have to play with it because, as you can see, I don't know that it's going to perfectly cover up all of that. So I may layer it with like one of these flags and trim off the excess. I'm going to play. You're going to kind of see me get to play with that. This is the first time I've used a Design Pandemonium kit to its fullness in the KITLIFE planner. So I'm getting to explore that live with you today. Not live because you know this is pre-recorded, but you know what I mean. Like, I haven't done it before. As much as I've done is I've put down my New York trackers from KPL Plans, one of my Puerto Rico trip trackers from KPL Plans, and then my little Hamilton guys from Triple Threat Planner. That's as far as I've gotten on this. So let's go get going on all the rest of it. I have my pre-plan sheet to guide me, and there's a fair amount of things going on this week, but it's not a super heavy week. So we're just going to get to play. Let's do it. So checking my pre-plan sheet, trying to figure out what I want to start with. Usually I do start though with the full boxes at the bottom. I feel like especially in this Kit Life planner, because they aren't divided boxes, that's the easiest thing to do, is try to just get my boxes laid at the bottom. For me, if you've watched my Plan With Me's before, even in the B6, I do like to have just a full box at the bottom that's primarily decorative, unless I just have too many things that day, and then I will leave some space to use other spots. So I'm just grabbing these stickers and getting them laid down as quickly as possible. The Kit Life is a little bit wider, the columns, than the stickers, so you do have to kind of work to get it centered well. It just takes kind of practice of knowing where to lay the stickers down. And the beautiful thing is Design Pandemonium are vinyl, and so they aren't reusable, restickable completely, but they are repositionable for a short period of time. So that's helpful if I need to move something around. Even sometimes within the week, they're still fairly repositionable, especially if you have a really smooth paper. Okay, so I struggled with this corner a whole lot, trying to figure out, how do I want to cover it up? Do I want to use this flag? It wasn't quite wide enough. Do I want to do it this way and then kind of pair a sticker? I wasn't happy with any of it. And so I just kind of kept playing. I knew I wanted to use that quote, but the lines were in the way of kind of the cleanness of it. And so I put a little white out, but it's really bad white out. It's really cheap. I'll talk more about it later, but I wasn't happy with it. So I kept having to move things and fix it. Put this little washi strip here to kind of, again, cover that gap. And the little stuff just flakes off and made me crazy. And so I tried to just like get in that little crack with it. It wouldn't work. My dollar store washi whiteout's too cheap. So I had to peel the sticker back again. Thankfully, they're repositionable, and fix that so that it came out nice and clean. Then again, back to the drawing board here, trying to figure out what I need next. There are not enough full boxes to do all the way across the bottom to Sunday, so I took this flag and flipped it upside down and then topped it off with a quote. So definitely layering is the name of my planner game. I'm always layering stickers. So here we go, layering some more. There are these really cool coordinated quotes that go with this kit, and some deco type stuff. So I just layer them in these full boxes because they're usually like too big to fit into my week for the most part. I've got to put my little Hamilton sticker down. We have Hamilton's Wednesday night, my little laundry line. Then keep going, finding what else I need. I think, this is at the point where I realized I was missing something. So I grabbed my Design Pandemonium, one of many books, got myself a little planning night sticker. I tried to, when I do videos, pull the stickers I need ahead of time if they're not part of the kit, but I almost always forget something and have to pull it during the video. Oops. Put down my Hamilcast sticker. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of pre-white out all the times on the bottom half. You do not have to do this. I see people use Kit Life all the time and they don't white out their numbers even though they're not using it for time purposes. It bothers me personally. I just want it to look clean. And so I use whiteout. It's not a big deal. But for some people, it's such not a big deal, they can leave it blank. I could leave it blank. Maybe I'll try that one time. So then I'm kind of putting down, based on my plan sheet, like what I think. And then, I didn't quite have that centered. Again, with the repositionable. I love that about vinyl. And all of Design Pandemonium stickers are vinyl, so that's really helpful. Got my little checklist. And then I've got kind of an open space and I'm looking for something to stick in it. And there's some more little pieces of deco. So I'll throw in those little Design Pandemonium bursts in this color palette. Keeping going and looking for what to use next for Tuesday. I like these little, they're like chevron box kind of a situations. I don't actually know what Vicky and Jess call those. They're not flags, but it's not like a total chevron because it's boxy on the top, but they're really useful if you need something a little bit bigger than like a half box that takes up some space. I decided to run that little washi strip across both Tuesday and Wednesday because I knew there'd be some space there. A little deco. Wednesday, I really like these. They come in pretty much all of their kits where they incorporate all of the colors of the kit into these little dots around a half box. I think they're super cute. They really pull all the colors together. And then I decided I didn't have so many to-dos, and I'll use the little 3 burst checklist instead of the ribbon flag situation. And then that also leaves room for me to fit in one more quote that I had room for. So we're going to go to the second half of the week and start pulling stuff there. Got a couple of birthdays to celebrate. So stick down a couple of little cupcake flags. And then events. So I stick that down. Looking at to-dos, kind of figuring out which size to-do list I want to use. I'm going to use my last shorty checklist. But then, like, that's where I want it, and I realized here in a second that I'm not super happy with some of this placement. So I'm going to go back and make a little tweak. Again, that repositionable stuff's awesome. After I get that washi strip down, then I'm like, that's not centered between top and bottom. Like I said, I'm not a no white space planner, but I do like some white space, but I don't like completely barren. So I just like a kind of an even amount of white space between stickers. Nothing really going on but work on Friday, so we got that. Searching around, looking for what can fill in the rest of the day. My nails are super thick right now. They made them kind of extra thick the last time I got them done, so I'm having a hard time peeling up some stickers. And just filling in, put a little TGIF flag, and kind of deciding what else to do. There was this open space there, and I like space, but not too much. So I decided I'm going to use this decorative washi that comes on the side. There's my head, as I have to kind of bend down and really see what I'm doing there. Decided 2 layers of that would give just enough black and white to kind of pop off there on the page. And then I'm just left with the weekend. So starting to fill in all the events of the weekend. Using my last little chevron box there. Or do I have one more? I might have one more. Nope. I see them all 3. I used them all. Getting set up. And then big checklists for the weekend. Kind of decided on that blue. Then just trying to decide what I want to do. And I decided that washi, I just need just a little pop. There's just enough space that I don't want to leave it blank because it really does kind of make me nuts. I like it to be nice and even. And then it's just Sunday left. Got a couple more things to throw down. Gonna use that box for things I need to meal prep. Got another little thing I need to take care of on Sunday. And then, oops, that didn't fit well enough. So let's reposition. And we're off. All right, so here's what we got as kind of a before the pen situation. I'm going to go in and do all the writing off camera and then come back and walk you through the week. Here we go. All right, so we are back. We are completely filled in with writing. And now we can kind of go through what we've got going on here. So like I said, this is the Design Pandemonium Sticker Joy Monthly kit. It's actually from December, but I was using so many Christmassy sheets. I thought this was not inherently Christmassy. It really can work for any time in winter. I mean, peppermints are not exclusively a Christmas thing. So I decided it would work in January as well. So I put it off so I could use my Christmas specific kits. Plus, since it's the last one ever, I really kind of just wanted to cherish it a little bit and hold it a little longer. So the majority of these stickers are from Design Pandemonium, but there are a few other things I will point out. So like I said, this habit tracker is from KITLIFE, and it is a sticker. It's adhesive on the back. They are, here I've got some over here on the side. They're just a full sticker like this. And then the adhesive, I don't know if you can see, it's got like divisions, so you can pull off like one piece at a time and then kind of roll it down so that you can lay it straight. I really like that. So I've got kind of the habits I'm working on. Funnily enough, I had to put sort mail on here because I have been the worst about like, we'll get the mail and bring it in and like throw it on the counter. And then by the end of the week, there's this like mail mountain that we haven't had time or taken the time properly to go through. So sort mail is on here now. That's a good thing. You probably saw me struggle trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do here. I'm happy with it now. I did have to use my whiteout, and I will say this is really cute, this little penguin whiteout from Daiso, but I honestly do not recommend it. It is like the little tape part crinkles up. It sometimes like tears unevenly and leaves spots. When this runs out, I'm going to go back to getting like the like Bic whiteout tape. I just bought it because it was cute, but I do not love it. I'm not having a great time with it now that I'm using it more often for this. You probably saw me struggling to white out, but I look at it now, like how clean it looks, and you can't really spot the white out unless you're really looking for it. It just makes it look clean. So I'm going to continue to use whiteout, but I'm not going to continue to use this little penguin whiteout. In fact, I may not even use this to the end of it because it's getting really on my nerves. I probably will just go buy some Bic. But I made this corner work with a little half box quote and a little piece of washi strip. Monday, new Hamilcast episodes. So remember, I make these stickers. In fact, I'm getting close to having to make another sheet. This sheet's almost out. My son has drama club rehearsal. It started on being Mondays only, but we've had some Monday. In fact, we have 2 Mondays off of school in January, and they have a performance on February 1st. So they're stepping it up and doing some extra rehearsals. They're doing 101 Dalmatians, the kids version. It's a musical, a mini musical. And he is one of the 4 narrators. Each of the narrators is a different kind of dog. He's the Chihuahua. So that'll be fun. But he's got rehearsals. Got my little to-do list popped in here, and then just decorative. Like I said, I've got my countdowns going on the bottom. The next day, more rehearsal on Tuesday, more things to do. Thought that was a good place to throw that quote. I always like to lay down my kind of bottom, which is mostly decorative. Sometimes I throw some functional stuff in there, but I like to throw that down first because then it helps me kind of pace in this planner, especially where they're not divided boxes like other planners. It helps me pace where those divisions are if I can put that full box down first. Then he has his choir rehearsal on Thursday, or not Thursday, on Wednesday. So that's starting back up. Got my little to-dos, a little quote, and then Wednesday after school in the evening is Hamiltunes, our first Hamiltunes of 2020. I got to figure out what I'm going to sing because I've got to sign up for those soon. But that is coming this week. Thursday the 16th, 2 very important birthdays. Sassy, my dog, turns 12. And Lin-Manuel Miranda turns 40. So, and no, you're not seeing things. This was a blue little cupcake ribbon. And then when I wrote on it the first time, my hand and my brain weren't communicating, and I just completely messed up how I wrote it. So I took it off and put a gray one on there. So no, you're not seeing magic tricks. That is exactly what happened. My husband's company is doing like a holiday dinner party on Thursday night. So that's on here. And then just my normal things to do. And I stuck this little half box quote over here to kind of fill in that space. Don't really have anything going on Friday, like a big event. Like these all have like events. There's no events on Friday, so, but I always got to work. So I put my word sticker, little TGIF, filled them with some washi strips. Oh, I forgot to mention, all these rehearsals are from not Design Pandemonium. That's what everything's from pretty much. They're from An Actor Plans. And then this Hamiltunes I actually made as well, because sometimes I just do that. But the work is Design Pandemonium. That's where my brain was stuck. Stuck that little cocoa mug down there to kind of fill in. Saturday, we have our Cub Scout Pinewood Derby. This is an old Design Pandemonium car icon that I have a bunch left over of. Then things I got to get going on Saturday. have a little laundry line from the Dainty Planner, because I always do, especially Aiden's laundry on Saturday night. And then it's always my planning night. So that's Design Pandemonium as well. Got some meal prep to work on before I go to Broadway Con on Sunday. Got to go get my nails done. So my Hamel nails will go away. But honestly, I'm probably going to put Hamilton decals back on them for Broadway Con. They'll just probably be a gold instead of this iridescent clear color. But it's time. They're starting to grow out. They're not too bad. My cuticles are bad. Don't look. Don't look. Gotta go get my nails redone. And then kind of finish up some details there. And that's it. So I really love the Design Pandemonium kits. I feel like it makes it really easy to lay out a week and still gives you some places to be creative. I do love those washi strips that come on the side, because you can, like you saw me do, trim them to fit the space where you want them to fit, and not have to be like in the old days of Design Pandemonium. Their kits came with all these different size washi strips, and you may not want to use it that way. You may have a different vision for how you want to use it. So they did have some in the kit that are like pre-measured strips. These all were. And then there are others that are just from the sides of the paper that you can cut to fit however you want, layer them, stack them. So that's exactly what I did. I wanted them to be what I wanted. And everyone can use this kit and lay it down pretty quickly, but not have it look like the same kit. You can arrange it different ways. So don't be afraid to layer. I love layering stickers. So like I said, I layered there, I layered there, I layered that on top of that flag that I turned upside down. Don't be afraid to layer to make it what you want it to be. Just play. You know, I played over here. Use whiteout to cover up details of the paper that maybe you don't want to distract from the design you're creating. Just have fun and play. That's what I love about planners, besides obviously the organization factor. That's super important to me. But I really do get some like therapeutic time out of just the creative process of deciding where everything's going to go. So I hope that you can get that kind of satisfaction out of working in your planner too, whether you are a decorative planner like this or something more functional and clean. The whole point is it has to work for you. So my whole thing is, don't be afraid to try something new and see if it works for you. Don't be afraid to layer stickers. Don't be afraid to try a new pen. Don't be afraid. But also don't go spend a bunch of money recklessly on things that you are pretty sure you're not going to like. Like, play in somebody else's if you can. Go to planner meetups. See what you like without spending money on it. That's the best thing. Okay, so we're done. We're done for this week. I'm so glad you came to watch me put this week together, and come back soon. We'll have more going on. Like I said, I am going to Broadway Con. I'm going to give the little tiniest peek of what's going on that week. I did start on that week because there's a lot going on. And I'm excited to share all of those details with you as well. So thank you so much again for watching. Subscribe if you want to hear more of this. Like this video. It helps other people find me. Comment. It also helps other people find me. But I also like hearing what you guys have to say. So leave me some feedback, and I will see you same place next week. Bye.